What's going on, guys? This is Pedram and I'm coming to you from conqueringaddiction.org. And in this video, I want to talk about pleasure versus pain. Now, if this is the first time you're coming across this channel and you're wondering what this channel is about helping people overcome sex addiction, porn addiction, or any other type of addiction. So again, my name is Pedram. I'm a recovering addict myself, and I have decided to help as many people overcome addiction because it's something meaningful. It's something that I've been struggling with for years and years, since I was 8 years old, and it's just something that is full of meaning and it's purposeful, and being able to help addict overcome their addiction means life, means purpose, means living their full potential, means doing the things they love, means health, means happiness, means starting a new career, something that you enjoy. It's just has lots of meaning. So I've decided to help people on helping them overcome addiction. So today in this video I want to talk about pain and pleasure and how it's related to beating porn addiction and addiction in general. So a lot of people think like, okay, a lot of people like to do pleasure things, like whether it's drinking, drugs, sex, all of that stuff is actually pleasure, but actually is pleasure that leads to your unhappiness, and it leads to the dark world, to the naraka world. You know, it leads you to the devil, and is actually pain that leads you to God. Is actually pain that leads you to meaning. Is actually pain and suffering that gives meaning to life. And a lot of people say, oh wow, why there is evil, why evil exists. And this is the reason why. God knew more and beyond me and you will ever know. There is something about suffering that helps human being find themselves and give life a meaning, whereas pleasure, it puts you to the devil world. It leads you to addiction, it leads you to suffering, it leads to pain. And so let me give you some examples of what I mean. So again, pleasure could mean that you engage yourself in lots of sex, or watching porn, you know, or doing drugs, or eating food, or watching too much television, and going out a lot, and all of that stuff. A lot of people might think there's actually fun in doing that, but in reality it actually has the opposite effect. When you do it for long enough, eventually from these things you get suffering, you get pain, whereas in reality where you find yourself is from pain and suffering. So let me give you some example on what I mean by pain and suffering. So let's say, for example, like you do some kind of like you're going to the gym, right? Or you are going for a run, you know, and those things are actually what kind of gives you pleasure. So like, let's say if you're going to the gym, that is going to that's kind of a pain. Or if you're going for a run, that's kind of a pain. Or if you're going to the church and praying, a lot of people might find those things hard, you know. So you got to engage yourself in activities that is difficult. So going for the run, a lot of people don't want to do that, but that's kind of running for miles. That kind of leads you to find yourself. That kind of leads to finding yourself. Hard work, labor, it's another thing that man or a person having a really important purpose in life helps us to find ourselves, to have meaning, to really get out of depression, get out of anxiety, get out of addiction. So some more example would, like I said, running, labor, you know, going to church, praying, meditating, reading a book, and all of that stuff that some people might think it's hard work, it actually leads you to a good place, leads you to finding yourself. And other suffering stuff like for example work. A lot of people don't want to work, but that's actually what gives you happiness, you know. Or for example anything that you might think it's suffering is actually helps you to have a good life. I think it was Brian Tracy. I read one of his book, and he mentioned if you do what's easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what's hard, your life will become easy. So it's the hard things that we all need to do every day that leads us to finding ourselves, leads us to actual pleasure, to happiness, you know. And is what we might think pleasure, what makes us happy, but in reality that takes us to the dark world. It takes us to places we don't want to be. So this is basically pleasure versus pain and suffering. And if you are like someone who is suffering from addiction, you know, depression, anxiety, and all of that stuff, I want you to know that engage yourself in things that are hard. And when you do that, your life actually becomes easier and easier as time goes on. So yeah, that's the video I wanted to make. That's the message I wanted to share. Pain versus pleasure, and why you should engage yourself in pain, because when you do pain, you find yourself, and when you do pleasure, you lose yourself. So I hope you like this video, you enjoyed it. If you would like to join the biggest and the fastest growing community of addicts, sex addiction, porn addiction in the UK, and the best solution out there right now to overcome your addiction and get on a good life and really get yourself out of depression, anxiety, addiction, I'll leave a link in the description below. I want you to click on that and join our growing community of addicts just like me and you, who are willing to work on their recovery. So I'll leave the link on the description. Click on that link. It takes you to another page, and you'll be able to join our private, exclusive, members only community to overcome your addiction and get your freedom back. I hope this video helped, and my name again is Pedram, and your best friend to your success. Take care. Goodbye.